Simultaneous equations. A lot of students have difficulties with these, and fair enough, they're kind of complex. But it's only a few steps. It's only a few steps that you need to take to really understand what's going on. So let me look for some questions here. So we'll give you these pair of equations. 2a plus b equals 5. A plus 2b equals 4. And this is what you start off with. Start here. And these are simultaneous equations because simultaneous means, happening at the same time. It's like there's two equations happening at the same time. If it was just one, that wouldn't be a simultaneous equation. It's just one equation. So this is where you start. And we want to go through a whole bunch of steps to end up with a equals ... and b equals ... That's really what you're trying to do, trying to figure out what a and b are. And now, first of all, then to look at it, you just have to figure out how to morph that into this. And the first biggest difference I can see is, there's a 2, there's a 5, whatever, there's an equals. But each of these has an a and a b. And this only has a single a. So the first thing we have to do is get rid of the b or get rid of the a to get one of these things. So step 1. Have only one variable. I.e., get rid of everything else. Get rid of others. So I'm just going to show you one way to do it. First we have our two equations, 2a plus b equals 5 and a plus 2b equals 4. Okay. Now I want to get rid of b. Okay, so how am I going to get rid of b? Well, I can manipulate these equations. Okay. So first of all, I can do 2 times of 1. If I know 2a plus b equals 5, then if I double it, 4a plus 2b has to equal 10. To explain this to you, this is like my left hand, the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. Or my left hand is equal to the right hand. So that means 2 of my left hand is equal to 2 of my right hand. Easy. You can double it, you can halve it, you can add 2 to both sides. My left hand plus my right hand plus 2 fingers is the same thing. You can do anything, but you just have to do the same thing to both sides. Okay? So now we have this, and we still have 2. And the reason I did that is because now I can subtract these. I'm going to subtract this one from this, the top 1 subtract 2. Because now the b's will disappear. If I just subtracted it at first, it wouldn't have happened. I would still be left with a b. So the first part to doing it this way is to get the same number in front of the b. So 4a subtract a leaves me with 3a plus 0b equals 6. Therefore a equals 2. Congratulations, we got a equals something. And now to figure out what b is, we just sub a back in. A equals 2. Because now we know a was equal to 2 in these equations. And now we know that 2 times 2 plus b equals 5. Or 4 plus b equals 5. Therefore b equals 5 minus 4, 1. Okay? So step 1, get only variables. I forgot to say step 2. Step 2, rearrange. And then, since this was the easy one, step 3 was the same part. Step 3, end up with a equals something. Okay? So that's kind of how you do it. And what we did here was we did a subtraction method. Yeah, subtraction. That's what we did. So I'm going to show you another method. So if we go to 2a plus b equals 5 again, and a plus 2b, the other method you can use is substitution. So obviously we can cancel out b's and solve that. But instead we might be able to substitute it. Here we know b equals 5, 2a plus b equals 5. If we rearrange it, that means b equals 5 minus 2a. And now we can sub b into here, because now we know what b is equal in terms of a. When we put it back in here, we get a plus 2 times b, which is 5 minus 2a. And that equals 4. So a plus 2 times 5 is 10, minus 2 times 2a, minus 4a equals 4. We get minus 3a, because I'm just subtracting this, and take the 10 over, equals minus 6, or a equals 2. Just like before, it's just we use substitution. So just a quick summary. We have two equations. Let's say, I'll give you another set. 3a plus 2b, 2a plus 3b equals like 5 equals like 8. And what we can do is we can get b in terms of something a. This is called substitution. Or we can multiply this by 3, multiply that by 2, and we'll end up with 6b, and then we can subtract them off. So I'm just going to call it subtraction, but I don't know what it's really called. So that's just my version of it. Okay? Subtraction, end up with the same number in front of the b. Substitution, get b in terms of 5 and b in terms of a, and then sub it back in. So I'll give you a few examples and a few questions so you can be comfortable with that. Great.